Welcome to today's video about Palo Alto Networks SSE Engineer certification. What is Palo Alto Networks Security Service Edge Engineer, SSE Engineer? Target audience for SSE Engineer certification. Recommended prerequisites. Palo Alto Networks SSE Engineer certification skills. Best study tips for Palo Alto Networks SSE Engineer exam. 1. Which two actions can a company with Prisma Access deployed take to use the egress IP API to automate policy rule updates when the IP addresses used by Prisma Access change? Choose 2. A. Configure a webhook to receive notifications of IP address changes. B. Copy the egress IP API key in the service infrastructure settings. C. Enable the egress IP API endpoint in Prisma Access. D. Download a client certificate to authenticate to the egress IP API. 2. How can an engineer verify that only the intended changes will be applied when modifying Prisma Access policy configuration in Strata Cloud Manager, SCM? A. Review the SCM portal for blue circular indicators next to each configuration menu item and ensure only the intended areas of configuration have this indicator. B. Compare the candidate configuration and the most recent version under Config Version Snapshots. C. Select the most recent job under Operations. Push status to view the pending changes that would apply to Prisma Access. D. Open the push dialog in SCM to preview all changes which would be pushed to Prisma Access. 3. When using the traffic replication feature in Prisma Access, where is the mirrored traffic directed for analysis? A. Specified internal security appliance. B. Dedicated cloud storage location. C. Panorama. D. Strata Cloud Manager, SCM. 4. When a review of devices discovered by IoT security reveals network routers appearing multiple times with different IP addresses, which configuration will address the issue by showing only unique devices? A. Add the duplicate entries to the ignore list in IoT security. B. Merge individual devices into a single device with multiple interfaces. C. Create a custom role to merge devices with the same host name and operating system. D. Delete all duplicate devices, keeping only those discovered using their management IP addresses. 5. Which two Prisma Access browser, PAB, configurations will provide a contractor SSH access to an internal system? Choose 2. A. Configure internal application entries. Configure access and data control policy. B. Enable remote connections. C. Configure remote connection application entries. Configure access and data control policy. D. Enable internal connections. 6. Which configuration change will allow an organization using Prisma Access, managed by Panorama, to minimize the consumption of strata logging service storage due to a high volume of asymmetric traffic flows on its data center? Configure a log forwarding profile on the service connection to filter out asymmetric traffic. B. Disable traffic logging on the service connection. C. Disable the log forwarding profile for the service connection. D. Reduce the log retention period for strata logging service. 7. Which two configurations must be enabled to allow app acceleration for SaaS applications? Choose 2. A. Acceleration agent for the client machines. B. COES for user traffic. C. Trusted Root CA for the CA certificate. D. Forward Trust Certificate for the CA certificate. 8. Which feature can help address a customer concern about the length of time it takes to update their SaaS allowed IP addresses while onboarding to Prisma Access? A. Dynamic IP pooling. B. DNS-based load balancing. C. Traffic steering. D. Dedicated IP addresses. 9. Which advanced AI-powered functionality does Strata Copilot provide to enhance the capabilities of Prisma Access security teams? A. Real-time traffic analysis for automated threat prevention. B. Initial configuration of Prisma Access using a natural language interface. C. Customized guidance for resolving issues through recommended next steps. D. Automated remediation of misconfigured security policies. 10. An administrator needs to enforce access to all applications via Prisma Access Browser, PAB, for unmanaged or non-compliant devices. Configuration of which two enforcement actions will ensure all access to applications only happens through PAB? Choose 2. A. For SSO-enabled applications, configure enforce SSO. B. Use account protection for non-SSO-enabled applications. C. Use the PAB extension to redirect traffic through Prisma Access. D. Use device posture to allow or block traffic. Check the correct answers for each question. Subscribe Passert for more IT exam prep.